Hello, in this video I'm going to be looking at another example of a ZwoBot signal chain. This one is made up of 5 modules: stretch, blur, drift, ABC and plotter. I've got no videos or images that I'm using here. Everything that will be generated is coming from ZwoBot modules, and the main visual element is coming from this plotter module. So this is at the bottom of the signal chain, as we can see here. And what this does is create these kind of patterns. Now there's lots of settings here. I'm not going to go into how this works. I'm just going to talk about the basics of what I did to set it up. Over here on the right hand side, if you click this plus button, you can save presets. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I have saved 3 presets. So this is the first one. I've got the color changing according to the master beat control, which I've got set to quarter notes. The layer is set to 4, so that means that there are 4 versions of the layer. So if I put it down, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. The spacing I've put right up, and the trails I've just turned up a little bit. The second preset, just some slightly different settings on this one. I've still got the trails on. The color is still on beat control, and I've just played about with these here. I've used the circular modifier. The layer's gone up to 6. On the first one I just used no modifier. And then this third one, I've changed it to points, and I've got the circular modifier. The layer's up to 8. So yeah, basically you can just play about with something till you get something you like, and then if you click the set here, so for example let's use that for now. If I click set in this 4th slot, then I can click between these, and then when I click 4 it's gonna select that one. One thing to be aware of with saving presets in this module is that if you have anything set to be beat reactive or sound reactive, it's gonna override all of your presets. So for example, if I had color set to this on this 4th preset, and I click set, and I go to number 2, and on here I set it to be beat reactive, when I go back to number 4, it's overridden what I had before, because any beat control is going to be global. So if you turn beat control or sound reactivity on any of these settings, it's going to do that for all of your presets. Okay, so I've got these 4 presets that I've saved here. On top of that plotter, I've got an ABC module, so let's switch that on. And here I just went into ChatGPT and just asked it to generate me a short story, and I've pasted that in. All I've done is got the color on a beat control again, so that's changing in accordance with this master beat control. I've got it set to word mode, so it's showing 1 word at a time. I've selected this Termina font, and I've just made the size suitable for what I want. One thing to note about the size in the ABC module is that it doesn't change when you make it full screen. At the moment, this looks too big, but if I make this full screen, you'll see it's actually okay at full screen. It doesn't resize based on how big your window is. So that's just something to bear in mind with your ABC module size. You'll want to set that when you're looking at it full screen. Everything else is just left at the default settings. On top of that, I've got a drift module. I've got the drift dial responding to the higher frequencies, and the sensitivity is turned right up, so that's going to max out. And I've got the multiply blend mode selected, and I've also got this orientation setting changing in accordance to the master beat control. We're not seeing this now because there's no audio coming through, so the drift is just staying to 0, so we're not going to see it. But if I were to have some audio come through, we can start to see what that is looking like. And then I've got this blur module on top of that. I've just got these static settings on the blur and glow dial. That's just adding a blur and a glow effect on top of everything. And on the very top I've got this stretch effect. So the stretch is responding to the higher frequencies. I've got it set to lines and warp mode, and then the position of the stretch is changing in accordance with the master beat control. So that's going to change every quarter notes. And that's everything, so we can have a look at what this looks like with the audio. And now while the track is playing, I can change my plotter presets here. And if you don't want to manually change these presets, you can use automation to change them. So if I just go into the clip, and remember to use clip automation on an audio file, you need to make sure you've got warp modes turned on. I'm going to go into my envelopes tab, and then I'm just going to click the parameter I want to adjust, which is this presets. So there's a different parameter for each preset. So basically what you just have to do is tell it to, it's labeled as go here. So you just need to change it basically. It can either be from here to here, but every time there's a change, that preset is going to be selected. So let's say I wanted to start with the first preset, and then let's say I want preset 2 to come in here. Let's have a look at that. So let's start off by selecting 3. So we should see when I hit play, preset 1 come in, and then when we get to the 4th bar, we should see preset 2 be selected. So there's 1. Oh, it's actually not the 4th bar, let's just skip forward. Now we should see preset 2 being selected here. There we go. So if you don't want to manually select them, you can use clip automation to do that instead. That's everything with this example. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. And if you would like to learn more about ZwoBot, you might consider subscribing to the channel and watching this playlist of tutorials that I've done.